Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Wanda. Hi. For today's video, I'll be using reflective vinyl. I'll be creating a porch sign. These are some of the colors I'll be using, although there's 11 beautiful colors to choose from. These are available in 5 feet and 82 feet rolls. This material can be used on any smooth surface. It's durable enough to withstand the elements of rain and snow without fading or peeling. You can use it as a sticker on any smooth surface. Use it on sunglasses, car decals, windows, laptops, and gadgets. And this vinyl is safe for indoor and outdoor. And with this being said, let's start on our project. As I mentioned, I'll be doing a porch sign. I'll be using this wood from Hobby Lobby. I'll be painting it with this Waverly Chalk Snow White paint. And now to start, I'll be shaking my paint very well. To paint the wood, I'll be painting it outside. I'll be giving it at least 3 coats to make sure it's very white. And as you can see, this paint is a little bit thick, so I ended up putting a little bit of water in it just to make it a little bit runny. As you can see, I used a hand brush, which took me a little bit longer, but I did finish it. So now I'll be measuring to make sure I have the correct measurements. This will help you when you're on Design Space. Here you see me measuring the height and the width. So now that we're in Design Space, click on Upload, click on the design, and click on Add to Canvas. I purchased this design on Etsy. As you can see, there's 3 different designs. I'll choose this one that says Welcome. Let's click on Group. As you can see, I can move it around. So I'll be deleting what I don't need and just working with this design. And now go up to Group and click on it. This is going to make it easier to move the design over. And now click on Shapes. Let's grab a square, move it over, and let's click on Size. Let's change this to 5 by 46 inches. That's the size of our wood. Let's move this over. Let's go up to where it says Arrange and send it to the back. And now let's make our design bigger. Let's fill this in. You want to make your design as big as your guide if possible. And once it's the size that you want, go up here to Operation and change this to a guide in case you forget to delete the square. This will keep Design Space from cutting it. And once you're ready to cut your design, go up to the corner where it says Make and click on that. You can save it as a project. In my case, I won't. Choose to work on a mat. Click on Confirm. And there you have it. As you can see, you'll need a 12 by 24 inch mat since this is a bigger project. And just to be safe, I'll be moving my letters over. This way it doesn't interfere when I'm doing my weeding. And now click on Continue. To set base material, I'll be using permanent vinyl. I'll click on More Pressure. I will also click on Remember Material Setting, so the same setting cuts all the vinyl. As I mentioned, I'll be using a 12 by 24 mat. I'll be cutting this vinyl to size just to make sure I don't waste any of it. Once it's cut, I'll be placing it on the mat. And once it's placed on the mat, I'll begin cutting all of the vinyl. I'll have it on fast mode so the video is not as long. but here are all the mats cutting. All right, everything's cut. Now we'll start weeding. I'll be using this Tech Wrap weeding pin pen, and this is a new one, so I'm excited for that. I'll start on a corner and I'll start pulling very carefully. Although I gotta say, this was very easy to weed. All the colors were easy peasy, very easy to weed. I weeded the rest off of camera, so the video is not as long. And here we have our wood and our vinyl weeded. I'll be placing it to make sure everything fits. I'll also be using this Tech Wrap transfer tape. And now it's time to measure and make sure everything fits perfect. I'll start by placing this word first. I need to measure to make sure it is correctly placed. I'll measure on the top, and then you'll see me measure on the bottom. I'll move it a little bit, and once I'm ready, I'll start placing my transfer tape. I'll start by folding my transfer tape, the backing, just like this, and then I'll place it over my letters. Start removing the backing and just let it slide on there. As you can see, I'm still missing a piece of the transfer tape. Since this one was a little bit too small, I'll just place a new piece over, and then I'll just start to varnish this. Make sure to varnish enough that it sticks on your transfer paper. And now comes the good part, taking off the backing very carefully. You can use your squeegee if you need to. You can continue to do it this way, or you can use the hinge method. Here I'm just going with the flow. I'll just start pulling the carrier sheet very careful, and then I'll start sticking some of the vinyl on the wood. As long as you do it very careful, you should be fine. And at the end, I just removed the rest of the carrier sheet, as you can see. And then I just started to place this on the wood. I was very careful. And now just burnish very well to make sure it sticks on that wood. And then just remove the transfer paper. And to make sure the transfer tape doesn't stick to anything, I'll just cut that piece off. Now it's time to get the letters and the leaves on here. I'll be using the same transfer paper I just cut off. I wouldn't be surprised if I could use this over and over till I'm done doing this project. So what I'm trying to say is this transfer paper is that good. And I can say it's actually one of my favorite transfer papers. Let's burnish this really good and then remove the backing of the transfer paper. Then turn it around and place it on the wood. Not sure if you can see, but I'm using a ruler. This will help me center the leaf. And once that's done, I'll start to varnish this very well and then remove the transfer paper. Now that I have the leaf down and the script writing, I'll start to place my letters to see how this will look. To place your letters, you can use a ruler and do little markings or eyeball it, whatever you prefer. Once I'm sure, I'll use the transfer and start layering them on the wood. Now that I'm sure of my placing, I'll start with the W. As I mentioned before, I'll be using the same transfer tape. Make sure to burnish this very good and then just place it on the wood. Once it's there, varnish it to make sure it sticks to the wood. And continue to do the same with every letter. I'll do that off camera and come back. And this is how it turned out. It looks beautiful. And now let's go put it outside. This is how it looks outside in daytime, and I'll show you at nighttime. And this is how reflective vinyl looks. It's beautiful. If you watch to the end and you like the video, don't forget to give us a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. See you on the next video. Bye bye.